Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final episode of the WWE World Cup Tournament. Where tonight we kick things off with American representative in the first of two semi-final matches tonight, Chad Gable.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 202 pounds, Chad Gable.
A man that will be taking part in SummerSlam Sunday in just 72 hours competes in the semi-finals of the WWE World Cup Tournament with 3 victories already in this tournament, defeating Germany's Ludwig Kaiser in the first round, defeating Bobby Roode of Canada in the round of 16, and then of course in the quarterfinals in the round of 8, getting past somehow the big Aussie Bronson Reed. That taking place last week. Let's see how he does against clearly his toughest test today, I should say, in this World Cup Tournament. Has taken him on as NXT representative against Gable from SmackDown, the ruler of Nigeria, Obafemi, who has defeated the likes of Dragon Lee of Mexico in the first round, Logan Paul of Puerto Rico in the second in the round of 16, and then in the round of 8, the quarterfinals, he defeated Aleister Black of SmackDown. What a fight, a David vs Goliath encounter. It's USA versus Nigeria here tonight. The first of 2 semi-final matches in the WWE World Cup Tournament. The winner of those 2 semi-final matches, of course, will meet in tonight's main event. The winner, of course, being crowned the best in the world, the winner of the World Cup Tournament, and will receive a shot at their brand's top championship in the future. Welcome to the series, folks. This is WWE 2K26 Universe Mode, episode 86. We are live at the WWE World Cup Tournament. Welcome to KO Productions. I'm Callum, otherwise known as the KO King, and welcome to the final week of this prestigious tournament, the World Cup Tournament. It is week 8. It is the semi-finals and final round, and it is going to be a good one to open us up. Chad Gable of SmackDown taking on Obafemi in Nigeria. Here we go. 15-minute time limit as always. Let's waste no further time and get straight into the action. Here we go, man. Let's get to war. And it's NXT official Felix Hernandez assigned the reads for this one. Bell has been rung matchup is underway. Winner of this will face the winner of Ilya Dragunov and Damian Priest coming up following this contest in tonight's main event. We'll find out who is going to go all the way in this tournament. We are down to the final 4. We started at 32. Now we're down to 4-man representing 4 different countries as Femi just taking down Gable, using his power to throw him off for that colorable tie-up that time. Very clearly the strength advantage, but Chad Gable, you can't deny the raw power this man has of a man his size. Clearly not the size of Obafemi, clearly not the power of Obafemi, but an underrated amount of power as Femi with a cheap shot that time. Felix Hernandez telling them off, and then back in to a lock-up here with these 2 superstars. Or there's Chad Gable though going after the arm. That's what Chad Gable needs to do here. Obafemi, of course, of NXT. Chad Gable of SmackDown. Damian Priest, who's in the semi-finals of Monday Night Raw, one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions, alongside his partner of the Judgment Day, JD McDonough, and of course Ilya Dragunov as well of NXT. The winner will get a shot at their brand's World Championship in the future and will be crowned the best in the world. There's Chad Gable though. The headlock pushed off by Femi, and Femi up and down goes Chad. My goodness. Oh, by just launching him. Not giving a damn in the world for Chad Gable's health. And now back into a lockup as Felix Hernandez is looking on tonight in your opener. Waist lock by Chad Gable, go behind. That's Chad Gable specialty right here. Now Gable into a pinning predicament. The schoolboy, the kick out immediately though by the ruler Obafemi. But it's Chad Gable back in a lock up. Femi though able to push him up big knee. And now Femi grabs him and it's over. The pick up, back breaker and a Chad Gable and dropping him down. And Obafemi firmly in control tonight in your opener. We mentioned how Chad Gable's got past Big Bronson Reed last week. He survived the big Aussie of Australia. Can he do an even stronger feat and survive the ruler of Nigeria, Obafemi? Is looking over now. Big deadlift running power slam cover. 2 count for the win here, and a kick out by Chad Gable. Femi looked to go all the way, man. He looked to make this one the shortest match of the World Cup tournament in its history. But Gable not allowing that, and now it's Chad going after him with the best move in all of professional wrestling. What better way than to slow down the pace of this matchup against someone like the ruler Obafemi than with that manoeuvre. And he's going to do it again. The neck crank from Chad Gable. Best move in all of pro wrestling. 2nd time in a row. Super wearing down the ruler Obafemi and stomping away now on him. It's Chad Gable, former Intercontinental Champion of 116 days, I believe. With Chad Gable's reign as champion last series. Looking to get up to the world title contention perhaps. He is in the final 4 of this incredible tournament, so he could go all the way, but Obafemi is an absolute mountain standing in his way, and Femi always says that he is the mountain no one can climb and no one can conquer, and he's proving that right now running in. STO by Obafemi. Into the pick up on Gable and absolutely launching him down to the canvas. Obafemi. This man is an absolute beast. Now Gable rolling to the outside trying to catch a little breather, but Femi off the apron and running clothesline to the floor. Taking care of Chad Gable. And Oba now going to send him into the barricade at ringside, the front row at WWE Live. Getting a great seat in the house. It's Femi with a Uranagi onto the barricade on the Gable and now hammering down the axe handle shots to the back of Chad, but Chad to his feet and Chad with that running big heel kick to the top of the head of Obafemi. And now Gable into the ring. They'll be looking for a count out win, count of 5, and old Chad gonna pick up the pace and a toe pace. Suicida by Chad Gable. Gable competing in the SummerSlam Gauntlet matchup this Sunday night at SummerSlam for an opportunity at the United States Championship if he is victorious. Can he get a shot at the US title and maybe even the WWE title as well? If winning this tournament, cover off the drop kick off the top and only one that time, says NXT official Felix Hernandez. Speaking of NXT, we are 24 hours away from another NXT Premium Live event, a special event going down on the NXT brand. Great American Bash coming your way tomorrow night. Huge matches going down, including championship matches all around, and even an ambulance match between Dragon Lee and Santos Escobar, 2 men who were former friends and tag partners, now better enemies, battling it out tomorrow night at the Bash. As 5 minutes officially gone by in this WWE World Cup Tournament semi-final contest. Gable submission cinched in on Obafemi. Half crab, nowhere for Oba to go here. Could he tap out here or pass out to the pin? No. Obafemi able to push him off and stay alive in this contest, smacking Gable right across the chest and doing it for a second time, and now picking him up, and Femi gonna launch him down to that canvas. We've seen that before. Oba now out of the cover to head to the finals later on in your main event tonight. The cover, hook the leg, shoulders down the 2, knowing Gable powerfully getting that shoulder off the canvas at the count of 2. As Chad still in this one. Femi can't believe his eyes, and Oba now sending Gable into the corner. What's Oba thinking here? Turns him round. What's Femi doing? Oh God, Femi out of the corner and a German suplex. And we saw Ilya Dragunov do that last week in his quarterfinal victory against the Bulgarian Rusev. We see him later on against Damian Priest in the second semi-final match of tonight. The winner of that faces the winner of this tonight in the main event is Femi. Drops Gable down face first, busts him open in the process. 2 gonna win the finals though. Gable again powers out and showing his incredible resiliency that he has. Gable, one of the most resilient men on the roster. Not even just men, superstars in general, as Femi elbow drop after elbow drop onto Gable. He's again getting back to his feet by any means necessary, even if he has to grab the ropes to do it, and a big boot out to the knee of the ruler Obafemi, and now picking up Oba. Now Chad Gable going after the leg, smart strategy, targeting the leg of the big man. Man can't walk, man can't fade. As Obafemi getting taken out by Gable. Chad heading up to the top rope to get the victory. Here is Gable. There it is. Diving headbutt from Chad, the cover. Hooks the leg, shoulders down. There's 2-0. Here fall that time. Gable, I believe, has maybe like a 3-4 match winning streak. Could make it 5 after a victory tonight against the ruler Obafemi. Cover off the moonsault and a kick out. Oba has a 3-match win streak from all his 3 wins in the World Cup tournaments. Thus far, as is the same with Chad Gable. Off the headbutt, not able to put Femi away. Now Oba and Gable go back and forth. Now Chad Gable with the head scissors. I've seen that before. Throwing Femi all the way around the ring. And the straps are down now for Gable. It is all serious now tonight. In the semi-finals of the World Cup tournament. It's all or nothing between these two superstars. Femi sent into the corner by Chad Gable this time. And now it's over. Femi getting absolutely rocked and getting picked up. Chad Gable. Oh goodness, Gable gonna drop over the German suplex! And now back to the top rope, but Femi somehow gets back to his feet. But he's using the ropes to keep himself standing. He's still stunned. Gable on the top rope, patiently waiting for his moment of strike against Femi, who gets off of the ropes. Gable, oh, double axe handle avoided by Obafemi. Moved out of the way and they fall from grace. Powerbomb, and just like that, it'll do it. Cover, Femi for the win. 2, 3, no, Gable! Gable again kicking out. The fall from grace is not over yet. Femi not necessarily going to the finals just yet of the World Cup tournament. It's Chad Gable showing his immense, incredible resilience. Jawbreaker now by Chad, and now it's Gable picking him up and out back after that leg of Obafemi. This is what you need to do, Chad. Target after target. Chad Gable, incredible here tonight. Picks up Oba, got the leg, got the ankle, and the ankle lock on Chad Gable. Chad Gable got the ankle lock. Since then, nowhere for Oba to go. Will Femi tap out here, pass out to the penny, scrambling, trying to make it the ropes or get out of this hole. Felix Hernandez, the NXT official, right there to see if Femi will tap out or pass out due to the pain, and if he does, Chad Gable will go to the finals later on tonight of the WWE World Cup Tournament. Femi, nowhere to go. Gable's got it cinched in, but Oba able to escape as this one continues live. We're back live in the semi-finals of the World Cup tournament. Femi now in control. It's 10 minutes gone by. The semi-final matchup. Big ending by Femi. Cover 2 to advance to the finals, and Gable again is gonna kick out. Chad Gable is an unbelievable, resilient motherfucker. But Obafemi is an unbelievable, unstoppable powerhouse who is gonna get the better of the other tonight as Gable sends Oba into the corner. What the hell is Chad thinking? Oh my god, Chad Gable, wait a minute, corner roll, German suplex by Gable, Chaos Theory coming for the upset, 2 to the finals, and Femi's gonna kick out. Oh, Chad Gable almost had it. He almost had it, ladies and gentlemen. And now it's Chad gonna send Obafemi against the ropes. Big right hand like clothesline sends him to the floor. And now Obafemi on the outside of the ring. Chad Gable gonna fly a clothesline off the apron of the floor. We saw Obafemi do that earlier on. Now it's Chad Gable's turn to mix things up. And now Gable, look at the power on the outside. He got Ridge. Face first goes Femi on the floor. Ringside, Gable saying a thank you to the sold out crowd at WWE Live. Witnessing a fantastic tournament. 8 weeks of incredible action. But it ain't done just yet. It's Femi and Gable continue to fight on the floor. Femi fall from grace on the outside of the ring. Get back in the ring, Oba, and put this one away. Count of 6 from Felix Hernandez. Even a count out one with suffice, but an Oba wants to pin the shoulders on the canvas of Gable when he goes off the apron with a senton. Oh goodness, picks him up, count of 8. You're gonna get back in the ring, gentlemen. Oh, the shot blocked. Kick to the hammy that time. Count of 9. Gable gonna send Obafemi into the barricade. Shoulder first into the ring now. Gable's gonna win it by count out, and he does. Chad Gable's going to the finals.
Here is your winner, Chad Gable.
Chad Gable somehow defeats Obafemi, not by pinning him, not by submitting him, but outsmarting him, getting a count-out win, and he will be heading to the finals in your main event later on, taking on the winner of this match, which is coming up next. Damian Priest of Puerto Rico battling the Dragunov of Russia in the second semi-finals live in the World Cup Tournament. Here we go. What a win for Chad. Who'll be his opponent in the main event? Time to find out right here, right now, as out first comes one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions, who will be defending that title inside a War Games match at SummerSlam Saturday in 48 hours time, where he will team with his Judgment Day comrades, JD McDonough, his tag team partner, and Finn Balor, as well as the Intercontinental Champion Kevin Owens, to battle the Undisputed Era.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing the Judgment Day. From New York City, weighing in at 249 pounds, one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions, Damian Priest.
Priest isn't too content with just being one half of the tag champs. He wants more. He wants to earn a shot at the World Heavyweight title, and a win in the World Cup tournament will do that for him. Can he get past the semi-finals though, as he takes on Ilya Dragunov here next? We're back live at the World Cup tournament. As there you see the man Dragon in the ring, serenading the WWE Universe. Damian Priest in the first round, getting past America's Xavier Woods. Then the second round, defeating JC Mateo of Hawaii. And then, in his toughest match, defeating Mexico's El Hijo del Vikingo. As far as Ilya Dragunov goes, the first round was a great striking and technical affair with England's Charlie Dempsey, with Dragunov victorious. Of course, the second round, defeating Ghana's Kofi Kingston. And then, in the round of 16 last week, defeating the Bulgarian Brute, Rusev. The 15-minute time limit is on. Of course, if it goes to a time limit draw, both men will be joining Chad Gable tonight in your main event, making it a triple threat for the finals of the World Cup tournament. But Eddie Arango, the Raw official, rings the bell. He has the same rules for this one. It's Priest. It is Dragunov, one-on-one here live in the semi-finals of the WWE World Cup tournament. Big 10 stare down. Who is going to get the shot? Who is going to take on Chad Gable in the main event? You got to imagine Gable looking on very closely to see who he will face later on this evening. Following will tie up another wrist lock from Dragunov. Now it's Priest turns it into a wrist lock of his own. Ilya Dragunov on in trouble as Priest grabs a side headlock now on the Mad Dragon. Well, this is the first time ever matchup we're seeing this series, but we've actually have seen it before. We saw it last series in the 2K24 Universe Mode series when both men were a part of NXT, as Dragunov just sent Damian Priest out and hard to the outside of the ring, and now going to take flight here with a tope suicida. Nicely done by Ilya Dragunov, wiping out one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions on the floor. But the matchup came in a NXT Money in the Bank ladder match qualifier for last year at Battleground, with Ilya Dragunov defeating Damian Priest and getting to be a part of that show come Battleground and be a part of the ladder match. Was not victorious in the ladder match. The winner was Carmelo Hayes, but nonetheless, Dragunov defeating Priest last series to be a part of that matchup. Can he beat Priest for a second time, or will Priest get his win back over a year later and face Chad Gable tonight in the main event in the finals of the World Cup tournament? Will it be Puerto Rico versus America or Russia versus America? We find out as Chad Gable looking on closely. You would imagine as Damian Priest grabs the wrist once again of Ilya Dragunov, turns it back around now, top wrist lock onto the Tsar here. The former NXT champion only had a handful of minutes as champion before All Ego Ethan Page cashed in on him at the end of NXT Battleground this year, after Dragunov had just won the NXT title against Austin Theory, ending his 46-day reign in the process in a fantastic main event of that show. But Ilya turns it around, hammerlock now takes him down, rear chin lock now on the Archer of Infamy, Damian Priest. Well, that sounds down tight. Priest nowhere to go. Dragunov is just putting the torque on that, but Damian Priest gets out of it, back into a hammerlock. Great chain wrestling sequence between these two superstars tonight as Eddie Arango, Raw official, looks on closely. He was the first man to referee a match here in this World Cup tournament, with that being a matchup between Pete Dunne and Axiom. The first matchup of this tournament, Dunne of England defeating Axiom of Spain. The first ever match of this tournament. Now we are getting to the second final ever match. The second last match in the World Cup tournament is Dragunov with a big boot is the winner of this. Will battle Chad Gable later on in the finals. It's Dragunov. Got a lot of love from the crowd tonight, but both men getting a lot of love. But imagine who would Chad Gable rather face, especially after just facing Obafemi with our two big hard hitters. Don't let the size fool you. Dragunov, one of the hardest hitters in WWE today as he just busts Damian Priest wide open and does another big knee drop right in the head of the Archer of Infamy. And of course, Priest, I mean, that speaks for itself, the size of him. He hits hella hard as well as Priest grabs Ilya, and Priest now taunts him inside out. Big time hammerlock lariat by one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions. Looking to get his 4th win in this tournament. It's Priest in the corner. Big back elbow and Priest running in. European uppercut. Imagine the Judgment Day looking on very proud of Damian Priest's performance in this tournament. Wants to get a win back against Ilya Dragunov from last year on NXT in the 2K24 Universe Mode Series. As Priest stomping out Ilya Dragunov time and time again. Kevin Owens would love that, as Owens does that frequently. We saw him do that this past week on Raw in his champion versus champion main event against world champion Gunther. Cover off that knee from Priest, 1 count only, says the official Eddie Arango. And Priest, big. The stomp avoided and Dragunov runs in. What a clothesline. Cleans has clocked that time. Was the Mad Dragon, but I believe both men busted wide open. But Ilya gonna capitalise on Priest's blood. And there's the big time Constantine special. The lariat, the cover, the one only. Kick out. By Damian Priest gonna have to do a lot more than that to keep down either of these superstars this evening. And look at this. Oh man, Ilya Dragunov the middle rope. Big time senton. Went for another senton. The counter though by DP. And it's Damian Priest. Knife edge chop. Big time shot. Priest for a second time now. And the hammerlock lariat on the busted open Dragunov. I mean, when's he not bleeding? Well, I mean, let's be frank. Here we are, Dragunov bloodied up every damn match. And Damian Priest the man to cause it tonight. And I'm sure if Dragunov survives Priest tonight, then he'll be bleeding in the Chad Gable main event, you gotta imagine. And look at that, Damian Priest though! Want to make sure that will not be the case. The rope assisted tope on Hilo is now 5 minutes have elapsed. And this semi-final matchup here in the World Cup Tournament. Winner battles Gable tonight in the main event. Top rope here, Damian Priest. Looking to fly, Dragunov slowly but surely getting to his feet. Oh man, spinning heel kick off the top from the Archer of Infamy, the cover. Hook of the leg, shoulders down, Eddie Arango right there, the 2, the kick out. From Ilya Dragunov. How is Dragunov doing this, ladies and gentlemen? How does he always do it? Always has a fighting spirit. Does the Mad Dragon as Ilya. Big shot, takes him out of the corner, Dragunov. The clothesline, and we've seen him do this before. A second clothesline. Dragunov truly fired up tonight. Grabs Priest, picks him up, go behind. German suplex. We've seen him do this a handful of times in this tournament thus far. As he hangs on to Priest. And looking to hit the trifecta of German suplexes on the Archer of Infamy. Ilya Dragunov's on fire, ladies and gentlemen. And Dragunov the stomp. Priest in a precarious position. He did not want to be there against Dragunov. We see him do this near enough every damn contest. Heading up to the top rope. Here comes Ilya. Blowing him a kiss. Perhaps a kiss good night. And there's the coast to coast drop kick halfway across the ring. Ilya Dragunov into the cover. Hooking the leg, shoulders down to go to the finals. Damian Priest kicks out immediately. Before Eddie Arango can even get his hand on the mat to begin his count. Clothesline avoided by Priest. And a Priest off the ropes. I went for a big time scramble clothesline. The counter went for a big chop block. The counter by Dragunov. Damian Priest now. What's he got in mind? And a big right hand. Big kick counter by Ilya. Shot on the knee. Knife edge chop. Another knife edge. No counter. Damian Priest after the leg. And there's that big time clothesline. Rebounds off the ropes. Cover Priest. They go to the finals. The face Chad Gable later tonight too. No, Dragunov powers on. Look at that blood stains on the canvas. They're going to be even more bloody tonight. But when we get to the main event with Chad Gable facing the winner of this one. I think we are dragging off the STO. Another senton after the big stomps and kicks by Ilya. Dragunov to put DP away. To defeat one half the WWE Tag Team Champs are on. Ahead to the finals against Gable. Torpedo match. Go out the corner. That's how he became NXT Champion for a matter of minutes. That deadline. Turn on a kick out. Or excuse me, Battleground. But a kick out that time for Damian Priest. Not over just yet, but it could be right. He was the H-bomb connecting by Dragunov. He's defeated 2 of the 3 men with that maneuver. The cover. Hooks the leg. The 2. Will he beat Priest and head to the finals? No, not yet. Priest kicking out. Technically, Dragunov's beating all three of his opponents in this tournament with an H-bomb. One of which being the flying one out the corner. The other two being that standard one we just saw moments ago against Damian Priest. But not able to put Priest away now. Damian now with a broken arrow. On to Ilya Dragunov, and now it's all business now. Straps down from the Archer of Infamy, looking to put Dragunov away and take him out of the tournament to end his story in this tournament. Priest south of heaven, choke slam that, set to go to the finals. It's Priest and Gable later on. 2, 3, no! Ilya Dragunov kicking out. What a match as it continues live. We're back live in the World Cup tournament. Dragunov in control. The top rope sent unavoided by Priest, who got his knees up. It's 10 minutes now. Officially gone by in this tournament. Priest, look at that elevated flatliner cover. DP to go to the finals of the main event. 2, 3, no! I can't go, says Eddie Arango. This Damian Priest can't do it just yet. Top rope this time. Goes Priest, oh, in for a splash. Dragunov now out of the way. And now it's Dragunov, pinning predicament, into the pin, to pin Priest for the second time. And over a year, and a kick out by Priest that time. Priest, though, has came a long way since his last defeat to Ilya Dragunov last series. Picking up tag team gold with JD McDonough on Monday Night Raw and being the great tag champs that he has been. And looks to put away Ilya Dragunov and advance to the finals to take on Chad Gable later on. This is gonna do it. Razor's Edge and tribute to one of his favourites of all time, the bad boy Razor Ramon Scott Hall cover. 2 to go to the final. 3 no! Dragunov again. What is this kid made of? Oh wow, Chad Gable is getting a very well needed respite as this one is ongoing. It's Dragunov and Priest putting it all out there to be the man to face off with Chad Gable. Later on tonight in your main event, in the finals of the World Cup tournament, face first goes Damian Priest and already the bloody canvas and making his knee already more bloody than already is. And now Dragunov, the axe handle to the back. Here with a splendid battle tonight in the World Cup tournament semi-finals. Priest, oh, what a scrambling, running lariat. Priest went for the stomp, Dragunov to his feet, runs out of nowhere, caught him, that torpedo match, got the cover for the knockout blow to head to the finals, hooks the leg, shoulders down the 2, he got him, Dragunov defeats Priest for the second time, then it's Gable and Ilya in the finals. What a stunning ending, but what a victory as Dragunov potentially moving one step closer to getting another opportunity at the NXT Championship he held for a matter of minutes, as this will be your World Cup Tournament Finals. The USA representative of SmackDown, Chad Gable, taking on NXT's Ilya Dragunov of Russia. That's later on in your main event of the World Cup Tournament. But coming up next, we're taking a little break from the World Cup Tournament. We've got some tag team action as NXT's for Axiom battling SmackDown's New Day. It's Fraser and Axiom battle Kingston and Woods next at the World Cup Tournament Finals. We're back live at the World Cup Tournament Finals. Now you see Fraxium of NXT set for tag team action, a little cool-down match ahead of your finals of the World Cup Tournament. All 4 of these men competed in the World Cup Tournament. Axiom representing Spain, Fraser representing Jersey and the Channel Islands, Kofi Kingston representing Ghana, and Xavier Woods representing the United States of America. Only Kofi Kingston survived past the first round when Kofi defeated Fraxium's Nathan Fraser in the first round matchup. Let's see how this goes as they're going to duke it out in tag team action tonight at the World Cup Tournament. And here come the opponents of Fraxium, the SmackDown team. They are Kofi and Woods, the New Day. Here we go then, big time tag team action coming your way at the World Cup Tournament penultimate matchup. Don't go anywhere. It's coming up right now. We're back live at the World Cup Tournament. Here we go, big time tag team action, but a lot of stakes to this one in fact, as the winning team will get a tag team championship shot of their brand's tag team titles. So you see John Cone as the official. It's going to be Axiom and Kofi Kingston starting this one off. Can Fraser get a win back against Kofi after Kofi beating him in the World Cup Tournament first round? He finds out. The winners of course get a shot at the tag team gold of their brand. So Fraxium win, they'll get an NXT tag team title shot following the Great American Bash, and if Kofi and Woods win, they will get a WWE World Tag Team title shot following SummerSlam against the winners of Solo and Tama and the War Raiders come SummerSlam Sunday. In the case of Fraxium, if they win, they'll get a shot at either Penta and Phoenix of the Lucha Brothers, who are the current champions. All their opponents come Great American Bash tomorrow night. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. A-Town Down Under as Kofi. An incredible slingshot crossbody. A springboard style to the floor. But Axiom sent and a post with Axiom back to his feet. Now a drop kick on Kofi Kingston. Back in and back out with a crossbody. Tope style by the fast-paced Axiom. Incredible. As we mentioned, Axiom had the first matchup ever in this tournament and losing effort to England's bruiserweight Pete Dunne. But he's back here tonight, teaming up with his tag partner, Nathan Frazier, to battle Kingston and Xavier Woods. As Axiom got the advantage here with the tag, in comes the aforementioned Xavier Woods, the kick to the knee now, and Xavier Woods with a last shot, level homage maybe to Adam Cole, or maybe a little cheap shot to Adam Cole of the Undisputed Era, former Intercontinental Champion on Monday Night Raw. But it's the New Day from SmackDown in control here on Axiom. Northern Lights Bridge and suplex, 2 count and a kick out from Axiom, says the referee, John Cole. Axiom here getting picked up. That's what our main event we are going to be seeing tonight. Chad Gable, Ilya Dragunov, that is your World Cup Tournament final. The winner gets a shot at their brand's World Championship, whether it be the NXT title, the black and silver brand for Dragunov, or the WWE Undisputed Championship for Chad Gable. Let's look at this. Kofi Kingston. Oh, got the leg that time. This kicks him off as Axiom, and there's a standing shooting star press. And Axiom now, wearing me the tag. In comes Nathan Frazier. Looking a little bit of revenge now against Kofi Kingston for the first round victory in the World Cup tournament that Kofi scored over Frazier. Middle rope goes Nathan, and look at that, the Swanton Bomb. Style maneuver into the midsection of Kofi. And they're picking Kingston up to a vertical base. The Irish whip sends him into the corner. Knife face chop now by Frazier. Off the rope, Nathan runs the ropes and now runs and drops Kofi right at his head with that drop kick. Frazier the pick up. Got Kofi right where he wants him. Now he is absolutely dominating Kofi Kingston. It's a shame he couldn't do that in the first round matchup. Nonetheless, tag made. In comes Axiom. Tag team action now from Fraxiom here against Kingston. The fast-paced offense can barely keep up with it as Axiom back in. Halo cover on Kingston. Scoring 2 and a kick out by Kofi. In this matchup alive for the New Day. The New Day haven't done too well here in this series. Neither have Fraxiom. That's a great opportunity for both teams to get an opportunity at their brand's tag team championships against whoever that may be following the big events of this weekend. Tag made back in. There was Xavier Woods. It's Axiom now. Dodges that tension into the corner, trying to catch a little breather, but Woods not going to allow him to do so one bit now, as he just runs him out to dry mass first on the top rope. And Woods now off the ropes now in a running flatliner. Xavier Woods in control. Bowing down for the New Day, but the tag. In comes Nathan Frazier. You don't want to be there, Woods. It's Frazier now coming out and drop kick in the back of Xavier Woods, taking Kofi Kingston off the apron as well. Now grabbing Woods and back him up all the way into the corner of Fraxiom, and a big time kick now by Frazier. With a little bit of dissension at one point between the members of Fraxiom, as Axiom answered an open challenge from Javon Evans of the NXT Cruiserweight title at our last NXT special event being Battleground, but it was also answered by Nathan Frazier, who had already had a shot at the NXT Cruiserweight title one-on-one against Javon Evans, and he turned that matchup into a triple threat, ruining Axiom's one-on-one opportunity. And Axiom was the one that took the pin in that triple threat. And Axiom wasn't happy with Nathan Frazier because they had to go after each other and not focus on the one opponent. But nonetheless, they seem to be back at the same pace now. They put in a tag team title opportunity as he sends Xavier to the outside. It's Frazier, never slow down. He ain't doing that one bit. Tope caught Halo over the top, and the crowd are WWE Live loving the action for a little break here at the World Cup tournament. And not a tournament matchup this, a tag team contendership match. The winner getting an opportunity to tag titles either of NXT if you're Fraxiom, or SmackDown if you're the New Day. Springboard drop kick by Nathan Frazier onto Xavier Woods, who is loving what he is seeing, and Woods wanting to tag out Kofi. Frazier wanting to do so. He wants to beat Kofi Kingston like he was unable to do in the first round of this very World Cup tournament. But Kofi moving out the way, that Enziguri now picks him up in a DDT onto Nathan Frazier. Kingston now picks up Frazier, the kick after kick, the shot after shot, and drops him down in a double foot stomp by Kingston. Kofi Looks to put this one away. What a right hand. Big swing, big shot in the corner. Kingston forearm shot, Bulldog, and he's dominating Nathan Frazier and dominating this tag team match tonight. Off the ropes, Kingston, shout out to New Day, boom, drop by Kofi on Nathan Frazier, rolls back the cover for the win and get the shot. The tag team titles of SmackDown, but Axiom comes in, making the save before the official John Cone can even get his hand on the mat to begin his count, and Kofi not happy with Axiom, sends him to the outside of the ring. And that'll keep him out of there for quite a bit, but there's Nathan Frazier, runs out of the sling blade on Kofi Kingston. Frazier already scaling the top rope, and away frog splash by Frazier. Cover for Axiom to get a title opportunity with this Xavier Woods now with a count of one, making the save, keeping this tag team matchup alive. It's Frazier, knocks Woods off the apron that time. Kofi Kingston the legal man, but Frazier throws caution the win and going after Xavier Woods with a top break cross body as he comes back in the ring. As Kofi Kingston knocks him right down the sides as this one rolls on live. We're back live tonight at the World Cup Tournament. Axiom and Xavier Woods are now the legal participants in this tag team matchup. It's Axiom now. Look at this, the rope assist the DDT by Axiom. Looks for victory for him and Frazier. They got a tag team title shot on NXT and a kick out that time. Or sorry, a break up. As Kofi Kingston making the save, keeping this tag team matchup alive for him and Woods. As Axiom now going to return the favour from moments ago, sending Kofi Kingston off the apron. Big knee drop avoided, and Woods drops some of the big boot to the face of the Spaniard. And now picking up the competitor from Europe, and a drop some. Gorilla press, gut buster, cover, hook the legs, shoulders down. Kofi and Woods to win it. 2 count and Axiom and a kick out. Shoulder up that time from Axiom. The stomp, the avoidance. Axiom runs in, Hurricane Run at that time. Axiom loving it. Picks up Xavier Woods. Irish whip sends him in the corner as John Cone observes. Tag made. In comes Nathan Frazier. Frazier shot to the midsection that time on Xavier Woods. And a nice inside gory on Xavier. Woods is rocked in the corner of Fraxium. This could be the beginning of the end of Xavier Woods in this tag team matchup tonight, as Fraxium could get a shot at either the Lucha Brothers or A-Town Down Under following a tag title match in the match tomorrow night. Let's look at this. Nathan Frazier! Hurricane Runner! Cover! Hooks the leg! Shoulders down! To win it all here! There's 2! No! Check out by Xavier Woods again. The stomp moved out the way. Woods now. Oh God, rolls through. Wheelbarrow face buster on Nathan Frazier. And Woods will need a tag. Back in now comes Kofi Kingston. The man has defeated Nathan Frazier in the tournament already. Looks to do it again. Axiom knocked off the apron and there's trouble in. Paradise on Frazier on the cover. Mooney to get a WWE World Tag Title opportunity following SummerSlam. No, it's Frazier with a kick out of Trouble in Paradise. Let's not forget he kicked out of Trouble in Paradise before in the World Cup Tournament first round matchup. It was the SOS that kept Frazier down for the count. As Frazier takes Kofi back down, then the tag in is Axiom. Axiom, the legal participant, picks up Kofi Kingston and a target in the arm of the Ghanaian representative, who lost to Ilya Dragunov in the second round of the World Cup Tournament. And the round of 16, Dragunov going to be a part of the finals later on tonight against Chad Gable following this contest. Axiom went for Woods that time. Woods got the knees up. And now that time Axiom sends Woods down. But wait a minute. Kofi from behind. Penny predicament. Shoulders down. He's going to steal one. Kofi and Woods are going to World Tag Title opportunity. 1 count only kick out by Axiom that time, however. And now Axiom the kick. Counter by Kofi Kingston. Kick to the hammy. Kofi kick. Counter by Axiom. Unbelievable scenes. And now it's Axiom. Golden ratio drop kick. Woods almost knocked off the apron. The knees up that time by Woods. Now Axiom top cross body on Xavier. Kofi still down on the inside of the ring. Now he's getting to his feet slowly but surely. Axiom top rope for victory for him and Nathan Frazier heading into a title shot perhaps on NXT. Cross body up the top. Cover. 2. Woods makes the save. Last possible second. What a tag team matchup, giving both Chad Gale and Ilya Dragunov relative time to cool down before their big blockbuster World Cup Tournament final main event. Here coming up in moments. Axiom sends Kingston in the corner. Tag made, Fraser legal. Double team offense once more is Fraser with a body shot. Onto Kofi Kingston. Want to finally beat Kofi. But Kofi counters that shot. And now Kofi SOS. That's how he beat Nathan Fraser in the first round. But Axiom makes the save as this one continues. Back live in the World Cup tournament. Penultimate matchup. Tag team action tonight. The winner will get a shot at the O'Brien's NXT Champions following Great American Bash on SummerSlam. Brain buster from Fraser and a frog splash from Axiom. The double team onwards. Kofi Kingston knocked off the apron. Axiom is the legal man. Cover on Xavier. Hooks the leg, shoulders down, center of the ring to become number one contenders for the NXT Tag Team titles. Words though. Shoulders up and kicks out. That was a shocker. Another tag. In comes Nathan Fraser. The crowd tonight can't believe it. They thought that was it. They thought Axiom were going to be number one contenders for the NXT Tag Team Golds. And Fraser continuing to stomp away on Xavier Woods. The middle rope and going right for Xavier. Kofi knocked right back down aside by Nathan. Off the apron. Top rope goes Fraser. He's never slowing down. Fraser, Phoenix splash on Woods, and that'll do it for Axiom to become number one contenders for the NXT Tag Team Gold. The cover, the hook, and the leg, shoulders down, and he got him. For Axiom won it. They are getting a tag title shot. What a win for Axiom as they will take on the winners of tomorrow night's tag team title matchup between A-Town Down Under and the defending champions Penta and Phoenix, the Lucha Brothers, coming down in the future on NXT. Congratulations, Axiom and Fraser tonight. But coming up next, it is the moment you've all been waiting for. It is your main event of the evening, the finals of the WWE World Cup Tournament. What a way to end it. I can't think of a better match to do so. America's Chad Gable battles Russia's Ilya Dragunov in SmackDown versus NXT next at the World Cup Tournament Finals. And here comes the man that somehow survived the ruler of Baphomet earlier on. It is Chad Gable. Can he beat two NXT guys on the one night?
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 202 pounds, Chad Gable.
Regardless of a count-out win earlier on tonight, Gable still outsmarted the ruler. He may not pinned him or submitted him in the ring, but he still got the victory. And it's the one that counts, and what brought Chad Gable here tonight to the finals of the World Cup Tournament. This prestigious WWE World Cup Tournament, the winner of this now will be getting a shot at either the NXT Championship if you're Ilya Dragunov, or if you're Chad Gable, you'll get a shot at the undisputed WWE Championship in the near future. As Gable waits on his opponent, Gable has the advantage in this matchup since his matchup took place first, and well, he would have had more time to heal as opposed to the time that Ilya Dragunov had. He only had one match worth to heal. Gable had two. And here comes the opponent of Gable tonight. The former IC champ Chad is looking down the ring tonight, looking up the ramp to his opponent, former NXT champion for a matter of minutes and former NXT Cruiserweight champ as well, the Mad Dragon, the Tsar, Ilya Dragunov. Ilya Dragunov said this was his destiny to be fulfilled. If this is what it had to take for Ilya to get another shot at Ethan Page for the NXT Championship, he will take it, and he is so damn close and he can smell it. And now Ilya Dragunov telling us earlier on tonight that we still need a main event for Ethan Page in the NXT Championship tomorrow night at Great American Bash. So he says that if he wins this matchup, he is going to be using his NXT Championship opportunity that he will get from winning the World Cup Tournament tomorrow night against Ethan Page. Talk about a man who does not give a damn about his punishment. He loves it. He thrives on it. He doesn't care if he is in a war of attrition the night prior. Make that 2 wars of attrition, and then he survives both of them. He will fight the next night, all for the chance to get championship gold once again. So that's a great chance for Dragunov to finally get his NXT championship back, and a great chance for Gable to stop that. It's also a great chance for Ilya to get a shot at the NXT title, a great chance for us to have a main event in store for the Great American Bash tomorrow night. But here we go, man. 15-minute time limit is set. Matchup on the way at SmackDown official Jessica Carr. Assign the duties for your main event, the finals of the WWE World Cup Tournament. Gable off of the handshake. Dragunov accepts both men. Fighting off respect tonight. What a final this is gonna be. It's the crowd eating this one up, and here we go. Colorable tie up. Who's gonna get the upper hand? It's gonna be Chad with a headlock. Gable now wanting the WWE Championship, wanting to be that breakout star, wanting to get to the main event scene. This could be his chance to do it, and Dragunov wants to get back that NXT title he held for just a matter of minutes at NXT Battleground. Courtesy of an Ethan Page cash in post-match. Dragunov in control this time. It's Chad Gable back to his feet, back in now. To the lock-up as Jessica Carr observes the action. Gable now wrist lock on the man Dragunov. A great win for Gable tonight against Obafemi. Granted it was by count out. A win is a win nonetheless. Dragunov with a much more clean victory over Damian Priest. Much more decisive. A knockout blow. A sudden ending to that torpedo Moscow, which put Priest out of the World Cup tournament. He is going to have to focus now on SummerSlam in 48 hours, where he competes in War Games in the opening match just Saturday night, where he teams with his Judgment Day counterparts on the Intercontinental Champion for one night only, Kevin Owens, to face the Undisputed Era in a winner-take-all War Games matchup for both the WWE Tag Team titles and the Intercontinental Championship. But right now it's Ilya Dragunov cinching in that big shot on Chad Gable, and receiving word from NXT General Manager that says if Chad Gable is if Ilya Dragunov is victorious in this main event tonight, not only will that Ethan Page matchup go ahead tomorrow night in the main event of Great American Bash, Ilya will be allowed to choose the stipulation. That is absolutely incredible. And nonetheless, Gable want to make sure that doesn't happen. He wants to get the opportunity at the undisputed WWE Championship on SmackDown. But even if Ilya does come up short, I'm sure at one point he will have another opportunity at that NXT Championship. He is hell-bent on getting back after his great performances in this tournament. And after such a great star he has turned out to be in this tournament, as look at Chad Gable. My goodness. Chad that time saying a thank you. The Exploder suplex here in your main event. A bit of a slower pace to start off with, but a big knee from Chad Gable avoided by Dragunov. The knife edge chop, and Ilya now sends him into the corner. Dragunov, what a right hand. And a knife edge chop from Ilya. Drops Gable that time into a big boot. Dragunov in the corner with seated Chad. Ilya Dragunov, a knee right to the temple of Gable. And Gable rolling out to the ropes, clothesline to the floor, and if this was a Royal Rumble matchup, Chad Gable would have just been eliminated from it. As Ilya clotheslines him out to the floor, and now it's Dragunov looking to fly, tope, suicide on Gable, throwing caution to the wind. Another shot of the NXT title, even if his body can't take it anymore. He is not going to let it die on him. He wants that NXT title back. And he wants a piece of Ethan Page after we cheated him out of the last matchup that Dragunov had with him. Lock up, chop from Ilya. Exploder of his own by the man Dragon in this main event. There's that knee on the top of the head. Surprised Gable's not bleeding yet after that. I went for another one, moving out the way. That's what you get for not wearing a knee pad, Ilya. Dragunov now gets caught. Big flipping heel kick by Chad that time. And now it's Gable pick up the flipping German suplex on Dragunov. This could be Chad Gable's time to shine to get up to the main event position on the SmackDown brand. Chad Gable, I believe, a 5-match win streak. Ilya Dragunov, a 4-match win streak. Who's going to get the win tonight and keep their win streak going and perhaps win championship gold when all this is said and done? As this has been a fantastic tournament. Thank you all for the support throughout it. We'll be continuing a regularly scheduled programming after SummerSlam with WWE Dark making its return on the Friday night slot. But right now it's Ilya smacking Gable in the face and sends him back into the corner, and a knife edge chop by Ilya Dragunov, followed by a second one. And now it's Ilya backing up into a European uppercut, and Chad Gable is absolutely rocked and stunned. Dragunov firmly in control here. The crowd a bit 50-50 split. There's Chad Gable supporters in here tonight. There's Ilya Dragunov supporters in here tonight. Who's going to get the victory and who is going to go to get a championship opportunity in the future? As soon as tomorrow night in the case of Ilya Dragunov, perhaps. It's Chad Gable stomped there on the midsection, elbow right upside the top of the head, as now 10 minutes remain in this World Cup Tournament Finals. 5 minutes gone by. It's Chad, sends him to the corner, dragging off the counter. Big right hand, and Ilya now sending Chad into the corner. Now what's Dragunov thinking? There's that big running knee strike in the corner. We saw him do this to Damien Priest earlier. Now it's Chad Gable's turn to feel the effects of an Ilya Dragunov coast to coast out the corner. Dragunov sends him a kiss goodnight, and Ilya, there it is, the drop kick. Halfway across the ring from Dragunov, the cover, the hook to the leg, shoulders down. This could do it right here. Jessica got in position, the two and a kick out by Gable. Dragunov not able to win the World Cup Tournament, not yet at least. The big time senton from Dragunov, middle rope heading up, looking for a senton up there, but moving out of the way is Chad Gable. Gable overhand shot, forearm, right hand, Chad, oh there's that flash knee. Gable doing anything it takes to get the chance. We get a WWE Championship opportunity against perhaps the winner of AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan in the main event of SummerSlam Saturday. But there's that out of nowhere torpedo match go. That beat Priest in the semis earlier on. Not enough to put away Gable though. Torpedo match go. Knockout shot out of nowhere. The sudden blow. Not enough for the three. Gable powers out, showing his resiliency once again. But the top rope sent on from Ilya Dragunov covers again. Dragunov hell bent on winning this tournament to get an NXT title opportunity once again against Ethan Page. 2 count again though, says Chad Gable. Valiant kickouts time and time again from the former Intercontinental Champion, battling against former Cruiserweight and NXT Champion on the black and silver brand as Gable picks him up, and Gable now. Big time butterfly suplex, bridging pin kickout by Dragunov. Chad ain't done with him just yet. Middle rope goes Gable. Oh, the headbutt off the middle rope. And in the cover, Chad Gable to win the World Cup Tournament. The turn, the kick out by Ilya. A very powerful and enthusiastic one at that. And Gable can't believe it. Oh, he is getting furious. Oh, but now the business is picked up as Chad Gable is getting all serious now. Straps are down, and Gable now picks him up in a big cutthroat slam by Chad Gable. I'm going to do a second one and dropping him down. Now into a penny predicament. Bridging pin. Dragunov is done perhaps. 2. No, you stand kicking out. How the hell are both these men fighting? After having a war of attrition earlier on, respectively against Obafemi and Damien Priest. And it could be over now. Ankle lock cinched in by Gable and Ilya Dragunov. Gable's going to win the World Cup Tournament and get a shot at the WWE Championship on the SmackDown brand in the future. Dragunov nowhere to go, center of the ring. Jessica Carr, SmackDown official right there to see if Ilya will tap out or pass out through the pin, and if he will, Chad Gable will win the WWE World Cup Tournament and be crowned the best in the world and get a shot at the championship of his brand. The main title that is, but Dragunov somehow able to escape it. Sends Gable off, and now Ilya goes behind. That's oh man! Schoolboy bomb cover, bridging pin. Only one, says Chad Gable. Oh man, what the hell's it gonna take? Elbow drop avoided. Chad forearm avoided. Dragunov, Constantine special connect, and that's it. Ilya Dragunov in the corner to win the World Cup Tournament. One big blow is all it takes. It's bomb now avoided. Boot up to the jaw, says Chad Gable. Caught Dragunov where he stands, and it was Gable. Shot after shot, no. Ilya Dragunov for the elbow. What a battle. Dragunov pick up Uranagi. Slams him down. Ilya pick up H. Boom on Chad, and that's it. Ilya Dragunov to do it, to get an NXT title rematch tomorrow night in the main event of Great American Bash. Cover to win the World Cup Tournament. Gable powers out at 2. The kick out at 2 for Gable. This one is still going on, ladies and gentlemen. What a main event, what a WWE World Cup. And what a tournament final we are getting. This is no Spain, Argentina in real life. This is for all the marbles, and this is a banger. Gable moves out the way of the senton. from Ilya Dragunov. It's Chad Gable winning right hand and picking up Ilya for the win here. The gut wrench, face force, dropping Dragunov, face force, being busted him open, covering the leg, wraps the arm to win the World Cup Tournament 2. 3-0, can't get by Dragunov. It's 10 minutes of a lap. Gable is pissed. The Dragunov still going in this one. And quite frankly, I can't believe how either of these men have the resilience to keep on keeping on. Chad Gable top rope. Oh, throwing all of it out there. Throwing all of it on the line. Top rope moonsault. Gable the World Cup Tournament. No, Dragunov kicks out. It's Gable of the USA. It's Dragunov of Russia. Who's going to do it? What this is. Gable sends him in the corner. Counter by Ilya Dragunov. What on earth is it going to take? Ilya sends him into the corner of the clothesline. We saw this earlier. Dragunov the clotheslines again. Oh God, and Gable is absolutely rocked. Dragunov picks him up. Saito suplex. That's it. Ilya Dragunov's going to do it. Dragunov to win the World Cup Tournament. They get a shot of Ethan Page for the next detail tomorrow night in the main event. A Great American Bash, and he may choose the stipulation too. Torpedo Oscar at the corner cover. 2, 3, no! Chad again! Oh my goodness! How's he doing it? Chad's still in it. The knee drop from the brace on a Gable though. The stomp, the counter, Chad, the shot. Right hand sends Ilya in the corner. Chad Gable looking at a shot. The undisputed WWE Championship in the future perhaps. What the hell's Chad thinking? Middle rope. German suplex off the top on Dragunov. We saw him do that in the closing moments of the match with Ludwig Kaiser in the first round for the World Cup Tournament as Chad clotheslines Ilya Dragunov and almost decapitating the man Dragon in the process. And now the Irish Whip sending Ilya to the outside of the ring. Perhaps he's going to resort to what he done in the opening match of the night at the top of the show and get a win by Kono, but first he dives to the floor, taking out Dragunov, wiping him out on the floor with a tope. Suicida. Ilya Dragunov sends him back in. Sorry, Gable sends Dragunov back in. There's Ilya on spaghetti legs, wobbly foundation, top rope from Gable, a drop kick up high. And this is it. Gable with all the momentum in the world sends Ilya Dragunov into the corner. That's all she wrote now. Chaos Theory. O'Connor Road German with the bridge. Gable the win World Cup Tournament cover. 1, 2, 3. No! Dragunov again! Dragunov again! Yeah, Dragunov still going. Gable's past. And Gable, I believe, went after the ankle. Went for the another ankle lock. Dragunov the counter. Elbow after elbow. Knee edge after knee edge. Dragunov with a big boot on Gable. Unreal scenes as Dragunov just chops him out in the corner. And Ilya going to send them out the corner the hard way with 2 minutes remaining in this World Cup Tournament Finals. Officially, this has been the longest World Cup Tournament matchup in history in this series. And deservingly so. It is the finals after all. Knife edge by Ilya. The counter by Gable. And now Gable in a pretty predicament. 2-0 after this. This time we beat Bronson. We didn't knock him out of the round of 16. 2-0. Sorry, the quarterfinals. It was the round of 8 with a kick out off the pinning predicament that time. And now it's Ilya pinning predicament of his own. Knife cover on Chad Gable to win the World Cup Tournament. The turn. No! Kick out again. What a battle. Stop. Countered. Gable. Forearm. Blocked by Dragunov. Knife edge. Knife edge! Oh, you can see the fatigue kicking in for both of these superstars. Both men dripping in sweat. Both men absolutely rocked as Dragunov rocking Gable down. 1 minute remains. Dragunov to put a final nail in the coffin and win the World Cup Tournament with an emphatic H-bomb. Could be the exclamation point of the match. The cover. Hooks the leg. Shoulders down. Scores 2. Ilya Dragunov wins the World Cup Tournament.
Here is your winner, Ilya Dragunov.
What a matchup, what a win, what a hell of a tournament as we have a main event now official tomorrow night at Great American Bash.